The last video I did, I was moving my Kubota back home from school, and it was snowing. We got about, I'd say, 3 inches of snow or so by yesterday morning, and then overnight last night it warmed up just enough to thaw, and come some rain and cleared it all off. But everything was covered yesterday. Everything was covered when I went to bed last night. And then it cleared off. Put me some new tires on the school bus the other day, right, just in time for the snow to hit. I'm glad they did. I like the looks of those. That's a different style tread than what's been on it. I've had the same tread ever since I've been driving it. This is a new style, and I actually kind of like that tread design. But it's just a wet, nasty day. I'm gonna do a little work in the shop, I think, and probably service the BX. The next video after this one, if it's what I'm thinking it's gonna be, need to make sure you watch it, especially if you've been a long time viewer. So after this video post, most likely the one to follow it that comes out next, you're not going to want to miss, because you might miss out on some valuable information. And I don't want to go too much into it, but just watch it, please. I'll be nice about it, please. I've done this in the past, but we'll do another little quick tutorial on taking the blade off, deck off on this BX. You just unlatch that latch, take this little control arm type deal off. That thing, oh God, man. That thing's a little bit of a pain to get out of there. Unlatch these and lock your pins over. I'll go ahead and unhook the drive line. Crank it up. Raise the arms up. Now what I do is just get a hold of this chute. Sure how well this will work. I'm going to try to run my back wheels up on them ramps and get my front wheels to climb up on these blocks. Trying to get the spacing between where they'll top out right. That'll be the hard part. It's almost a necessity to take the deck off to change the oil, because it'd be hard to get a drain pan in there or anything with the deck on it. Got my oil filter broke loose. It wasn't that tight, actually. I kind of had a brain fart and didn't go ahead and turn the camera on. Which I figure you don't figure it out. It probably needed an oil change. It's pretty black. Pretty black. Stick us a new one on. That's the same oil filter that fits our RTV, which is very nice. Makes it convenient. Can't get your hand in there to hand tighten it very good because of that daggone radiator hose. Alright, we'll let that drain a second more and put our fuel plug in and then put some oil back in it. But it says 3.5 quarts. Some of you might be wondering why I wrote it up on the blocks. Biggest reason is to get my drain pan in there easier. It's just overall easier to work on this little thing when it's up in there. You ain't bending over so much. The oil pan, drain pan fits better. And I think I'm going to go ahead and try to change them little fuel filters. And one of them right underneath the tractor. And a little bit hard to get to, so I'll make it easier. And one's right here. And so we'll get those changed out here to also be the first time in 280 some hours. Well, I was going to unclamp that thing, but I better pull the hoses off first and then take the filter clamp loose. I think would be the smartest thing to do, wouldn't it? It may even slide out of that filter clamp. I may not need to take it loose. Getting them hoses loose might be fun. Well, my goodness. Trying not to mess nothing up. There, finally. I dread doing that underneath it. Putting it back on, pretty simple. Now, I almost forgot about the hydrostat filter. Dirty. Dirty, dirty. Now, that other fuel filter's right there. And I don't know if the fuel will drain out of the tank, if I want to pinch it off. It's hard to get to on that end. Why they put it there, I have no idea. Should have been up here somewhere. Right there's the fuel pump. Should have been somewhere in this section if they was going to put one before the fuel pump. Kind of stupid if you ask me. I don't know if it helped to take this little skid plate off. or just go for it and hope for the best. I just don't know. I don't know what y'all can see. I took a pair of like needle nose style vice grips and crimped that fuel line off. Back here on the back side, I went ahead and took the clamp all the way off and bent this little thing down instead of taking it off. I just bent it down. I'll bend it back up when I get done. It's a little bit hard to get the clamps off back here to get my pliers in there and stuff, but I finally got it maneuvered around to get it. I don't know why they couldn't have positioned that a little bit differently than what they did, because it is very difficult. If anybody had some way to get it up on a lift or over a pit of some kind or something, you might could do it a little easier. Ah, shoot. Well, I can still get it on there. Forgot to put my clamp back on the filter itself. Try and get my clip for the fuel filter back on there. And put this line back on. Well, thought I laid that little bolt up here somewhere, but I'll have to get out and find it. Alright, I'll get that tightened up, put a zip tie back on that, and that'll have it. I cracked this bleeder screw right here and turned the electric pump on. I'm letting it get all the air out, which it looks like it has. Snug that back down. That took care of it. Oh. Now, let's back down off here. What's the worst that could happen? Pretty well. Able to get under, able to get underneath it good, and easy to set up. Well, if y'all will, please like, subscribe, and comment, and appreciate you watching. Wasn't the most entertaining video, but we got it done. I've been dreading them fuel filters, if you couldn't tell. Waited almost 300 hours before I changed them, and I don't know how long we've owned this thing. Several years now. But it's done now. I'll not do it any too soon next time either, probably. But we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.